Today we will look at integrated marketing communications as a fundamental approach in marketing. Integrated marketing communications is a long-term process that supports and develops the brand. It's not an ad campaign. An ad campaign is a short to sometimes medium-term approach that features related messages across media types. IMC includes ad campaigns. For customer journeys, we think about how do we get consumers from not being aware to our product to being purchasers and advocates for our brand. To do this, we support customers by providing the right information at the right time to the right consumer in the right channel based on consumer decision state. If you look at how I've stated this, it should evoke thoughts of segmentation and targeting, along with thinking of the context for the consumer. What do they want to do right now? What's their moment of truth? So, IMC and customer journeys go hand in hand, and they're complex. If you're a music lover, think of the Chief Marketing Officer, or CMO for short, as being like the conductor of an orchestra. In this case, the conductor is a blur. He's coordinating a huge number of talented individuals to make sure that what the audience hears is harmonious and by design. Without this leadership, the different instruments would be fighting each other and drowning each other out. For the conductor of the orchestra, there are several sections of instrument types that they conduct. Strings, woodwind, percussion, and brass are what we think of typically. For marketers, our CMOs serve as the conductors of the marketing strategy orchestra. You can apply this analogy of the different instrument types to professionals in the marketing group or agencies. Here's a former CMO for Royal Caribbean that's a friend of mine. Her full-service agency worked on TV and print collateral, while digital agencies focused on website, mobile, and social. Direct and database agencies are responsible for rich segmentation and targeting of existing customers and prospects and finding consumers that look like these targets. Finally, media agencies and other tactical partners buy space to gain exposure and execute things like brand activations and out-of-home media buys. The tool the CMO uses is IMC, Integrated Marketing Communications, which I mentioned is a process. It's a process that's complex. It has to achieve many aims, including persuading consumers to build preference, capturing attention, allocating budget dollars and earning new budget dollars, reinforcing the brand over time and not falling prey to undercutting the brand for short-term gains, outmaneuvering the competition, adapting to the moves of the competition, and for the CMO that masters IMC, he or she may see an upward career trajectory. IMC is a process of providing information and persuading over time. First, the consumer recognizes they have a need. It can also be stimulated by media or recommendations. Next, the consumer seeks information. Again, all of our touch points, including digital, social, and our brand advocates, are typical sources. When we think of influencers, they fall into the category of market mavens or knowledgeable consumers who shape product recommendations. Purchase occurs, and this can happen online or offline. Traditionally, offline retailers have pushed heavily into online to compete with the likes of Amazon, whereas online brands are now leveraging retail to further penetrate the market. Amazon's physical locations and purchase of Whole Foods is an example of this. Finally, post-purchase valuation is where we decide if we like the product or experience, whether we'd buy again, tell others about the experience, and dispose of the utilized product. This phase has become more important with the social media era. When somebody has a bad experience, they have the ability to complain to large social media audiences even before they exit a business, so firms are having to up their responsiveness to issues. So if IMC is a process for providing information, is that a simple thing? Think about when you watch TV. Do you lovingly gaze at the TV screen and reflect on all the ads you see? Not likely. You're probably receiving text messages, petting the dog, talking with family, possibly doing some homework for my class, and dealing with any other number of distractions. Now, as a CMO, you have to deal with all these distractions. Throw in that there are so many TV channels, and advertising is no longer simple. It requires excellent targeting, repeated exposure, and messages adapted to the consumer's likely decision state. As marketers, we've actually dealt with this for a long time. Here's what I mean. Think about a car ad. When you see an ad for a car during a TV show, you're likely not in serious information search mode. So a Mazda ad with cars tossing up dirt on an open road with the tagline, "Zoom Zoom," is designed to cut through the clutter. When consumers recognize they have a need and are actively searching for a car, then more information is appropriate based on the fact that the person is more involved in the process. So the right message at the right time based on consumer decision state. And imagine you're the CMO. You have goals from the company around the revenue you're going to drive. You have distracted consumers. You have an incredible challenge in leadership coordinating agencies, budgets, strategy, and your own staff. Throw in the need to gain executive support and coordination with other departments, and I really wonder how CMOs sleep at night. Their jobs are complex and stressful, and a lot of them have really short tenures. Continue on to the next video, and I'll show you how IMC works in action with a real example using Royal Caribbean.